Hey everybody. Um, I am going to start offering some videos to support everyone during this crazy time of being human, and in particular, for those of us in Nashville, the double trauma of the tornado destroying our city, the livelihoods and homes of people we love and care for, and now this global pandemic. So, I know many of us, myself included, have lost all of our income streams. And since all my classes are canceled, I actually have time and I'm happy to offer these practices to all of you. If you do feel able and inclined to make a donation, I will list my PayPal and my Venmo, but please know that that's just an option. I want everybody to be able to have access to these practices, especially right now. I want to start by just saying that um, you don't really need to be any particular way before you show up for yoga or meditation or breathing. Um, I'm here, I'm in my kitchen, I'm in my pajamas. Uh, I have nothing fancy. I'm sitting at the kitchen table. And so I really, really want you to know that wherever you are, whatever you have, it's enough. You don't have to sort of do something different. You don't have to have the right props or a yoga mat or a meditation cushion or a quiet spot or a room in your house. Just wherever you are, we can call upon these ancient practices that people have been calling upon for millennia. So, um, I guess this first practice is really just sort of an invitation to ground, to root, to find our center. When the world is in chaos, when there's so much uncertainty, just how do we relate to that to begin with? There's so many feelings, we could be afraid, we could be anxious, we could be annoyed or irritated, we could be sad, and all these could be for 1,000 reasons. Maybe we miss hanging out with our friends. Maybe we have a loved one that we're concerned about. Maybe we are losing all of our income. Maybe we um, don't have any toilet paper. Whatever it is, however you feel, I think the first place to start is to honor and welcome all of the ways that we feel right now, whatever reaction we have. Like, we do not have to think that we're feeling the wrong way. We don't need to feel guilty. We don't, you know, just whatever you're feeling, however you're reacting, like, first of all, just tell yourself that it's okay. If you're in a panic, if you're angry, if you're whatever, it's okay. Like, this is not easy. And so let's acknowledge the reality of where we are right now as a community and even the human race. It's an unprecedented time. So I'll lead you through a practice to help you sort of arrive and find a little bit of space. We'll do this seated. If for some reason sitting up doesn't work for you right now, you can also just find a comfortable position lying down. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on the floor, on a pillow, whatever works for you. It will help if you find a comfortable posture and if you let your spine maintain its natural length and curve. Sort of relax the shoulders, relax the belly. And then you want to draw the tops of your ears towards the ceiling and the roof of your mouth up, which is going to lengthen the back of your neck. And once we're here, you can close your eyes. You can turn your gaze slightly down. Start to bring your attention inward. So you can start by noticing anything in your body. Maybe you notice the feeling of your feet on the floor, or the feeling of your clothing making contact with your skin. You could notice the temperature of the air around you. Maybe you notice hunger or tiredness. Maybe your chest is tight. Notice if you have tense muscles anywhere, if you're feeling constricted, tight. Notice if you already feel relaxed or at ease anywhere. If you can't tell how you feel, that's perfect. That's what you're noticing. Just notice that you feel numb or that you can't really tell what's going on in your body. And then see if you can look at, acknowledge whatever emotions are alive in you. And at this point, we don't need to judge our feelings. We don't need to explain them. We don't need to consider why we're feeling them. We're just identifying it. So, like, oh, okay, so, yep, there's sadness. And if you can notice where you feel that, like for me, my heart feels heavy. Okay, there's anger. I feel tired. There's worry or anxiety, just whatever you're feeling. Can you call them out to yourself? Like, I see you. I feel this. We can feel many things all at once. We can feel seemingly contradictory things, but let's acknowledge how we feel. And we can allow those feelings to be a part of our experience. And we will slow down and create enough space to be able to feel those feelings and acknowledge and honor them without sort of letting them take over our minds and bodies and nervous systems. So how do we do that? Well, we use our breath. So I'll invite you now to tune into your breathing. It's often helpful to place a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly, or both hands on your belly, or both hands on your chest. See if you can connect with that feeling of the rise and fall of the chest, the expansion and contraction of the belly. Can you feel it actually moving up and down as you breathe? If that's hard to sense, you could also hold your hand and feel the air moving out of your nose or mouth onto your hand. Let's start to bring our attention more and more in line with paying attention to our breathing. So we're noticing, okay, what does it feel like when I breathe in? My chest moves, my belly fills. Can you tell, is your breath deep or shallow? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it choppy? Is it smooth? Again, in this practice, we're not trying to change our breath or do anything. We're just noticing however we're breathing. And let's keep planting our awareness on that felt sense of breathing. Your mind will wander away. It will get distracted. You will start to think of something else. And when you do come back to just feeling that breath moving in and out of your body, noticing what it feels like to breathe in, what it feels like to breathe out. Following the breath. Notice if the breath changes as you pay more attention to it. Come back to the breath. And you can continue this practice for 5, 10, 20 minutes, coming back again and again to the breath. If you'd like to continue it, you can just pause this video, continue your breath practice, and then resume playing it after whatever amount of time feels good. And then, now let's notice what happens with all of our emotions. Suddenly we have space around them. We've come back to being present with our breath. Breath gives us space. And this often allows us to relate with our experience from a place of steadiness, much more calm than if we just let our emotions drive our minds to go wild. And so again, this is not meant to eliminate our feelings. We're not trying to change how we feel. Our feeling might change with the infusion of space, but that's not the point. Rather, we're practicing just being steady in the middle of chaos. One image that I really like is the image of the bicycle wheel. And Dan Siegel, who is someone who teaches a lot about trauma in the brain, he uses this image that if you think about the hub of a bicycle wheel and the spokes all around, that when the wheel is moving, what's actually not moving? It's the center. The hub is staying steady. Everything's spinning around it as the wheel moves. And so our breath and our attention on the breath is this center of the hub. All of our thoughts, all of our emotions, all of the ways that our mind wanders off, that's spinning around us, it keeps going. But rather than focusing our attention on any of this part, we're bringing our attention here. Now we find center. This is our place of steadiness. And the more and more we come back here, the more we can touch this, even for a moment. Come back to your breath in a moment. Put down the news, turn off the news, put down the phone, come back to your breath. We're starting to establish a strength within our being. This is a tool that we have available to us. It immediately starts to calm the nervous system. If the nervous system is calm, we're automatically strengthening our immune systems, right? And then we're able to show up for ourselves and others with more graciousness. We're able to think more clearly and really just be more able to navigate challenging times. So I invite you to come back to this center, to this steady place of your body is breathing. What does that feel like? Oh my gosh, this and that. Okay, that's okay. Come back to what it feels like to be breathing. Oh, and this and that, and I have to, and what if? Okay, that's fine too. I see that now. Breath. Breathing in, breathing out. So keep coming back there. Feel free to reach out to me, to comment or email or text or call me if you have questions about this. I'll be offering more practices via video in the coming days. We'll do some movement practices, compassion practices, breath work, restorative practices, practices for children and families to do together. So just stay tuned for more links and really let me know if I can help you out at all. We're really all in this together, so let's stay together and take care of each other. Okay, thanks.